Welcome, Scorpio. This is a reading for you, and it is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Mars. Or if you're cross-watching for someone else, this is a love and relationship slash friendship slash whatever ship, family ship, partnership, union, whoever it is that you're trying to receive information about. This is a spread about the union between you and another. So I'm going to do an energy number 1 and an energy number 2. If I happen to say she or he throughout describing this, it is simply because on a spiritual level, I look at the left side as the feminine energy, and I look at the right side as the masculine energy. And in reality, all beings are both. We have both. We just maybe haven't learned how to integrate both of them, or we are either imbalanced or out of balance. So this could also be a reading about your own self and your own inner feminine and masculine energies needing to come together. So however it is that you read this, but like I said, if you hear me say he or she, it's simply because of that. Simply because I'm reading the left side as the feminine energy and the right side as the masculine energy. And so however that correlates, it doesn't matter what gender you are in this earthly realm. This is more of the spiritual realm, the higher realm. So this is talking about energy here. We're talking about energy here. All right. So the way that this spread is set up is I have the crowning / situation of the partnership of the union in the top center. I have what's at the heart of the situation, what's bonding the union at the center. And at the bottom, I have bottom center is the future outcome for both energy 1 and energy 2. So what they both, like what's going to happen for both energies in the future, a future outcome for both energies. Now, individually, I go in mind is the top row, heart is the second row, and the bottom row is the future outcome for each individual. So in the mind of the energy 1, this is what's going on in the mind of energy 1 about energy number 2, and vice versa. And then in the second row, it's about the heart. So whatever either energy is feeling about the other. So what energy 1 is thinking about, or what energy 1 is feeling about energy number 2 in their heart, and what energy number 2 is feeling in their heart about energy number 1. And then these are the individual outcomes, like what energy 1 wants to, or what energy 1 is about to either go through, or the future outcome, or maybe what they're wanting to see, however it ends up resonating, or and then the same for energy number 2. So this is the outcome for them individually about the situation, but maybe what they're wanting to see, or what they're gonna go through, energies that they're gonna go through throughout this union for the future. So that's where that starts. And then these over here, I have over here, I've got our guidance from spirit cards, and yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Sorry, shouldn't have moved it. All right. I'll start top center. Okay. So foundational energies for the situation, crowning energies for the situation is the High Priestess. So wisdom. There's a lot of wisdom and intuition between the two of you. So this tells me that it's being divinely guided. There's a High Priestess in your life, whether it be physical or spiritual, that is guiding this union. And there could be others behind the door, right? Another entourage of spiritual guidance behind the door. But I feel like one or both of you have either a physical high priestess, so someone in your life that is either a woman or has the energy of a divine feminine, you know, very nurturing, caring, very wise and intuitive, but really in connection with like spirit and spirituality and higher knowledge. So whoever that is for you, and who maybe you may be thinking of when I say this, but I definitely feel like it could be in a physical present being, or it could be just a light being, maybe a past loved one who is hanging around watching either one or the other, or the two of you in through this union, guiding it, spiritually guiding it. Number 2 is the number of partnerships, duality. But I definitely feel like there's a situation that occurred in the relationship that caused some hurt feelings. So this is you all, energy 1 and 2, needing to heal from this situation. And either could be something that happened in the union or something that happened outside the union. So maybe past energies being brought into a new union, or maybe ex-lovers coming from the past and entering the union, or coming into a union with these energies of not having healed those past hurts, and, you know, maybe coming into a new relationship with some with some ends that haven't been tied up, some loose ends, right? So there's still some healing that needs to happen in the relationship. And like I said, this could either be from a past relationship or from the current relationship that you're in. Maybe you're in these energies of feeling hurt by something that happened in the current relationship, and there's just a needing to come out of that. And so you guys are working through it, you're healing through it. It's almost like whatever happened that created these hurt feelings, it was a situation of maybe needing to bring some security into this relationship. You know, maybe it wasn't a very solid relationship, or maybe there just wasn't a commitment, and we're trying to take that next level of commitment. So whether it be you're single and going into maybe the dating scene, or if you were dating, maybe casually dating, and you're moving into a more stable position with your other, or maybe it is actually you and your partner wanting a traditional marriage. It could just be needing a relationship or wanting a relationship to create some kind of security. So that's in the energies of the two of you crowning the situation. And then here we have the Prince of Staves. This is very passionate energy, integrity, a man of his word, a man of his stature. So I feel like this card is just telling me that there's a lot of passion present in the connection and the crowning energies of this union. But also because of what has happened, those healing, these energies, you know, from the 4 of Arrows that you're healing from, there's still some sorrow and sadness and heartache lingering or happening. Maybe there was a rift in the relationship and it took a turn, and maybe you guys are either in a fight or have separated temporarily, momentarily. Maybe you don't really know what the situation is. You guys just aren't really talking, or there's very little talking, and you're kind of like, or maybe you guys are in a relationship still, but you're kind of feuding. That's kind of what I feel like is happening with this situation here, okay? So we're going to go into the energies of person number 1. And this is what's going on in the mind of energy number 1. So I feel like energy number 1 is really looking for some kind of recognition and reward from energy number 2. Like in their mind, they're like, I've been putting in a lot of work into this relationship and I'm waiting here to be rewarded. I'm waiting over here for this next phase of the relationship. I need security. And that's the recognition that I need, is this security. Whether it be being committed, whether it be being exclusive, whether it be being married, whether it be being engaged. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what level you're in the relationship, because this is a general reading. But I feel like energy number 1 was feeling it really hard, and they're kind of in this place where they're feeling like they want this. They want to feel this. And maybe that's where the sadness is coming from, is maybe it hasn't gotten there yet, but I'll tell you, it looks like it's on its way, because here's the High Priestess again for the second time, but it's in energy number 1's mind. So maybe energy number 1 is actually the High Priestess, the one that has the higher knowledge of the two. Right? And so they see the spiritual connection, and they have the intuition of the deep soul bond of this relationship, but the other doesn't. And so they're kind of suffering a little bit, behind the scenes, waiting for that recognition from the other, right? And they're really wanting to create a stable home, a family, maybe create a baby, build a little deeper, create a deeper bond in this relationship. They're really wanting home and family and security. And, the Six of Swords is like, you will be triumphant. Your hero will come through. You will experience success after all the hard work that you put in. You're going to experience success. You're going to reap the fruits of your labor. The harvest is coming. The harvest is coming. We just need to be strong and grow by taking action. Beginning a new period, maybe a new cycle and way of thinking. Maybe just looking at the new opportunities that are here for you. These opportunities are here for you. Use your intuition, use your internal knowledge to see that this is available to you. It's coming. You will be triumphant. Believe that the growth that you've made is changing and transmuting that energy for the better. Right? So, Two of Wands, the waiting game. I feel like energy number 2 in their mind, they're waiting for this new partnership. They're waiting for the new adventures. They have these new ideas of how to create these new adventures and create this dynamic partnership, transforming this past situation into a more stable situation. I really believe that energy number 2 over here is just kind of waiting on the right time to bring this news of this building that they've been slowly creating. They've been slowly building. They've been slowly creating success. You know, maybe they've been busy just building the foundational process, you know, maybe too busy with work and success, and it becomes a little overwhelming. So they kind of lose themselves in the relationship and maybe lose touch of the connection a little bit. But the situation is growing. It has all this opportunity for growth through hard work and developing the necessary wisdom, the necessary growth in order to be able to see the opportunities that are in front of you, to see the developments that are taking place in the union. Being able to take care of yourself on the material level and in order to enjoy the pleasures associated with a traditional union. You know, I feel like this person was just kind of in the background trying to create that stability for the foundation, you know? So maybe they were too stuck in the materialistic, you know, because this is an earth energy, you know, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, very, you know, work oriented, very materially oriented. And so maybe they were just kind of stuck in, you know, in that process of building and creating that solid foundation, so that way they can feel safe to be in a place where they're feeling they want to create this security with another. But maybe they didn't feel that secure in themselves, and so they needed to create that security first within themselves before they could offer that to the relationship. But with this Two of Staves coming in, that offer is coming. That offer is coming, Energy One. Look, you guys are facing each other, looking towards each other. That energy is coming. Energy number 2 is going to be coming with an offer to energy number 1 of a new idea, of a new partnership. It could be just the restructuring of an old one. It could be a new one completely. But energy number 2 in their mind is planning and just waiting to create the right opportunity to come with this new idea of this new partnership that they're trying to build with you, energy number 1. Whether you be Scorpio or cross-watching, whatever the situation may be for you. All right, moving on into the heart of the situation. Obviously, not looking so good, huh? We've got it here twice. In the situation, crowning energies, and in the heart. I mean, y'all need to get out of your head and let this shit out of your heart. Like, I feel like the reason why you're feeling this is because, yeah, there's some shit going on in the relationship, right? Whatever happened, that's for y'all to know. But the reason why you're feeling the heartache in your heart, and that's what's bonding you right now, is because it's in the mind more than anything. It's in the mind more than anything, and we'll tap into that in the future outcome, because we've got the illusion card, the moon card in there. And so I feel like what's going on here is because there's this heart and sorrow and you're kind of hanging on to it in the mind, it's creating this heartache that's just really deep in your heart right now. And And the Queen of Staves she's this is a position, a person of power, position of power. The Queen of Wands is clever. She's talented. She's talented with money. She's wise. She's wit. She's enthusiastic. She takes action. She's supportive. I mean, she is all of it. She's intelligent. God, what is she not? She's creative. She can create. She is a creator. Okay? This is you both at the heart center. You are creators. You have the power to create whatever situation you want out of this. That's what I'm feeling. You have the power to create expansion in this union, wherever you're at right now. And the King of Cups, very wise in the emotional department, very emotionally wise. He's mastered his emotions, very practical. He's learned from past relationships, from past love relationships, how to deal with his emotions. So it's like he's created this emotional stability through experiencing love relationships. And so he has the ability to live up to his ideals and live up to his dreams. He's wise. There's an integrity there. Or at least there's someone who has these characteristics in the relationship, or maybe it's both of you. And so through this heartache, I believe tapping into your powers of manifestation and powers of the heart, you can come to a place of balance between the two of you. Justice. Coming to a place of balance within each other individually in order to create that balance together. Creating harmony in the relationship. Balance between your unconscious and conscious minds. Like I said, it could be the balance is happening internally for each individual because it's in the center, it's in the heart. But then it can also be that the balance is being created between the union. And then Scorpio. Y'all got some neck problems going on? Maybe not communicating your truth? All right, rest and rejuvenate. Are you resting? Are you rejuvenating? Are you giving yourself some time away from the situation, away from people, in solitude, to think and contemplate? This is what's needed for energy number 1 in order to receive the messages from within. There's some messages here that are needing to be tapped into. And the only way you're going to do that, energy number 1, is by going within. So take some time out to rest and rejuvenate from your job, from being with others, because this energy is about, there's this anxiety, this depression that's existing. And I think that it's simply because you are filling up your time with too many energies, scattering your energies, maybe going out too much, maybe just not spending enough time alone. Every time you get, a time to be by yourself, you try and fill it up with someone else or with something, work, exercise, whatever, social media. It's like you can't ever just sit down and just take time for the self to complicate or to contemplate on the self and what you're feeling internally, because there's so much anxiety and unresolved issues inside that you are like in a state of denial. You probably are having sleepless nights. Worries are keeping you up at night. It's an issue that needs to be looked at. And the only way that you're going to be able to see is by receiving the messages from within, going within and going into a place of solitude, a place of isolation, a place of self-reflection. Face whatever it is that needs to be looked at, because something is trying to come in for you here. And I don't know if you're going to see it if you're in those energies, if you're in those lower energies. You might miss out on this wealth, this security. maybe this offer is waiting to come to you, but because you're in your head about your feelings and you're feeling depressed and not wanting to really look at the situation, and you're not taking the time to self-reflect, you may miss this opportunity of security that's coming in for you. So don't allow that to pass you by, Scorpio or cross watcher of Scorpio, because you're in your head or in your feelings, right? Or what I feel like, it's not even that you're in your feelings. Maybe you are, but I feel like you're avoiding your feelings by filling it up with other stuff. So try not to do that. Try and face what it is that needs to be faced, all right? There's no sense in being afraid to face it, because it's only going to help move you forward. It's only going to help get you what it is that you want, which is this union with your other. So don't sabotage yourself. All right. Energy number 2, patience and planning. 7 of coin. I definitely feel like energy number 2 is in a place where they are in their heads planning, and maybe they're not filling you in energy number 1, and that's why you're in your head about it. That's why you're in your feelings about it. But don't worry. They're off to the side and they're planning. They've got the patience. and they're just waiting for, like I said, the harvest to come in. That like I set it up here. They're just waiting for the harvest to come in, for all this workload that they've been putting on themselves. They're waiting for the harvest to come in. And so they're in their own world, planning patiently, so that way they know what to do with the harvest when it comes, right? Like this one's energy number 2 is waiting to create this personal relationship, or this new adventure, or this new partnership, or this new structure of an old partnership. And they're willing to put in the time and the work. They're tending to their garden. They're putting in the work to create whatever it is that needs to be created in order to create this balance. They're putting in the work. And you know what? This card is a card of deception. So maybe there was some deceptive energies. Maybe something happened in the past that caused energy number 1 to feel deceived. And so that's why they were feeling like they needed this recognition, be rewarded for all the work that they've put into the relationship. And maybe the deception came from energy number 2. You know, maybe there was a work-related deception. Maybe, and I'm just saying for some of you, maybe not all, but for some small few, maybe there was a third-party relationship at work. So this deceptive energy is coming from the energy number 2. Or maybe the deception. So for some of you, I'm picking up that it could be, you know, that there was another, or there's some kind of like maybe there was a betrayal of some sort on the energy 2 part, and it could have been in a work related setting, but for the majority, I feel like what's going on is this person's almost like deceiving themselves, like, you know, taking so long to plan, being maybe just too patient, you know, maybe deceiving themselves as to what really is existing in this relationship. Maybe finally now realizing that they're ready to make the sacrifice, whatever sacrifice that is for that person. So, you know, the sacrifice could have been work related, you know, maybe not working as hard, maybe giving more to the actual relationship and not so much to the materialistic side, to the workload. So finally being able to make that sacrifice because in their heart, they're really in love with you, energy number 1. Like, this is the Ace of Cups. This love is spilling over, and they finally recognized it, right? It's finally, they're feeling it in their heart. And so now they're finally going to be able to bring you that recognition and that reward that you've been waiting for. But they themselves have been waiting on this realization to come in. These feelings of deep love and bond and wanting to sacrifice for the relationship, whatever that may be. All right, so moving on. Future outcome energies for Scorpio and their other authority. So here's what I feel like is going on in here. Okay, this is future outcome. Now, this outcome could change, right? It doesn't have to remain this way. But right now, what I feel like is happening is there's 2 alpha males or females, or an alpha male and an alpha female. There's 2 alphas in this situation. Grounding the energy, 2 alphas, 2 alpha personalities. Neither are really, like, y'all are going at each other and y'all are playing alpha with each other. Somebody needs to back down. One of you needs to back down. Which one that's going to be, we'll find out in the future outcome for the 2. I kind of feel like at this moment right now, neither of you are willing to back down. I feel like this is both of your energy right now, both of you. Even though energy number 2 may be feeling this in their heart, I feel, and you know, energy number 1 is feeling this in their mind. I feel like the impasse, the hiccup, the obstacle that has transpired in the relationship has forced you guys to really be in this energy of like, I'm not budging. Nope. You can apologize. No, you can apologize. No, you can apologize. No, you can apologize. Like, y'all are both like standing in your like, nobody's willing to budge here. And I think that it's because y'all are like in your head about what happened here. Like, maybe you're just creating a a mountain out of a molehill, right? Like maybe something happened, and yeah, maybe you guys both had reason to whatever, have your both of you were right in whichever situation you were on, whichever end of the situation you were on. But I do feel like y'all are just too in your emotions about it. You know, like it's almost like you're so confused by the illusion of what you think happened, like I said up here, being so in your head about these feelings. Like it's like it's in your head, and because it's in your head, it's in your heart. But if you were to just remove it from the mind, because it's probably, or more than likely, a huge illusion that you both are creating. And it's just an intense emotion that needs to get looked at so that you can know what's real and what's not. That's definitely what I feel like is happening here. But somebody's feeling like they were left out in the cold. Maybe both of you are feeling like you're left out in the cold. Maybe one of you walked away. Maybe both of you walked away. And that's why I feel this energy right here. Like, I feel like y'all are so set in this energy of like, no, I'm not budging. No, I'm not budging, that y'all just walked away from each other. And maybe not physically, but maybe emotionally, maybe mentally, right? But there's triumph in the future for the two of you. Like, y'all want to be together. This is the World card. Destiny, fate, changes. I mean, maybe y'all will be traveling together in the future. But this is triumphant success after difficulties, after all of these difficulties that you've gone through. This is the triumphant success that you both are seeking on a soul level. Or maybe it could be closure for some of you, and that's just for a small few. This card can also mean closure, expansion, success. So it could be success in the relationship, closure in the relationship, expansion in the relationship. It could be any of those. But it's just signifying a new phase of life, whichever direction it's going to go for you. But let's go ahead and check energy number 1. The Temperance card, patience. So patience is called for by you, energy number 1. And I feel like, you know, like I said, it's because energy number 1, you're the high priestess. You know, you're this intelligent, self-knowledge, intuition, higher wisdom. This is you. And so because you're in this position, you can come to a place of patience. You can bring balance to the situation by just recognizing that the seed that you planted has been planted and it has grown. Just allow it to come to you. I feel like you're over here and this 7 of arrows energy, like feeling paranoid, feeling like you're defensive, maybe you feel a little bit guilty, maybe you're denying your need for protection, maybe you're the one that needs protection and you're denying that need, or maybe you're feeling guilty about something you did, or maybe you're feeling defensive because someone did something to you. But the Lover's here. There's love and harmony in the future for you. This is what you want you and your other to be doing in the future, is loving each other, coming to a place of harmony, having great sex, a great relationship, a great marriage, creating babies, maybe even adopting, creating, whatever. And then we have the Fool in the reverse. It's like you keep going back and forth, and a feeling of maybe like ignoring your instincts, like ignoring your intuition about the situation. You're ignoring it. You're ignoring that this is you, the High Priestess, and that this is the two of you, the lovers. Maybe just distrusting yourself and others, and so that's why you're ignoring your intuition, being too much in your head about these feelings, right? You know, it's like, get out of your head. Stop trying to overanalyze. This is the Chariot in reverse. So like no movement. You're super impatient. You're feeling trapped by your desires. You feel like you can't quench your thirst. You feel like the timing's all wrong. You're disregarding your intuition. Almost like you're being just like I feel like there's an insensitivity to the situation and the others that are involved. It's almost like you're so in your head about it and so stuck on the feelings that you're feeling in your head about needing to be rewarded and recognized that you can't even see the real love that exists in this relationship. So get out of your head, energy number 1. Let it go. Because what's coming for you is, man, look at that. This is your other future wants with you, wanting to ignite that passion. Remember, crowning energies. Prince of Staves, passionate integrity coming towards you. Passionate, ignited within your other. Movement forward. Like the passion has been ignited in their heart. And there's going to be a growth of energy because of that in the right direction, right? And because of those new beginnings of energies in their heart, they are going to bring inspiration and new opportunities your way. And it's going to come quickly. It's going to come with wisdom and understanding. This emotional wisdom that has been gained in the past through the experience of maybe this whatever hiccup happened, the ending of that difficult situation has created self-knowledge within energy number 2. And now this energy number 2 is going to share that knowledge with you, energy number 1. And maybe this is you, energy number 1 in the reverse cups, but it could also be be energy number 2, so the other. So this is a very watery energy, so it could be like this is a very Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy, so but like female energy, but it's in the reverse. So it's like this person is feeling very overwhelmed by their emotions, feeling the need to sort their emotions out before they can. It's like the need of needing to sort the emotions out within so that they can bring harmony back to the relationship. They're kind of feeling a little out of sorts emotionally also, because maybe they're the ones that created the hiccup, right? So they feel bad, and they're in their emotions about it too, and they're feeling bad about it. And so they're feeling like they need to sort themselves out internally before they can bring this cup of love to you, which is coming because it's there. But, you know, maybe they just still need a little bit more time to sort things out. Yeah. A little bit more time to sort things out in order to get to a place of clarity and discernment, making decisions, the ability to move in an incisive way, creating clarity from confusion, you know, being able to defend oneself honestly. So I feel like this person's gonna finally come back to energy number 1 with some words that are gonna sound really nice and ring to your ears, and you're gonna feel finally recognized. And you're going to feel rewarded. That's coming for you, energy number 1. Beautiful. So we've got the Triumph card over here. So yeah, this is twice, right? So very, very powerful energies here. Obviously, you will be very triumphant, but I can't not point out the fact that I just saw the 7 of Wands again. Deception, envy, lies. So this needs to be addressed by whoever in this union is in this energy. You know who it is, whether you're the one in the energy or your other is the one in the energy. You know who it is, and it needs to be addressed. Whether you are the one in the energy and you need to own up to your deceptive energies to your other, or whether you are not the one, you're the one in the receiving end, and maybe you just need to let this person know, hey, I know that there's some deception going on. So either you're willing to come clean about it, or I'm going to create the separation between us, and we won't have this triumphant ending that we want. But I don't feel like that's what's going to happen, right? So I feel like at some point in time, either this person who's in this energy is going to own up, and it was on the, you know, it was on the energy 2 side. I'm not saying energy 2 is the one in the deceptive energy, because it could be flip-flopped, but it is on this side. But it did come, you know, underneath this guidance card from Spirit. So I couldn't ignore that it came out twice. So, but these 2 came out twice. So even though there may be these deceptive energies, maybe it's just, maybe it could be coming from the external world also, right? From the external world. Maybe it's not you guys. Maybe it's somebody in your external world that's being deceptive and creating this energy around you and creating conflicts in the relationship. And you guys are going to move through it. You'll be triumphant 100%. But it's definitely going to cause some anxiety, some depression, lows. So just remember the love that's in your heart, energy number 2. And let's go ahead and, oh, there's crown chakra card came out. So inner knowing, going within to find out your answers. So energy 1 especially needing to take out that time, but I think energy 2 is also needing, you know, some time to contemplate and recognize, right? Okay, so these are the twin flame separation cards by Liv Tarot, and this is the message from your twin as to what is the message that your twin, if you guys are in separation, or maybe just not on speaking terms, or not on the best of speaking terms right now, this is the message that your other would like you to know. I'm trying to move on, but thoughts of you still linger, and I can't control them. It hurts to see online that you've moved on with your life. You were my home, and now I feel like I'm out in the cold. My memories of you haunt me and keep me thinking about what could have been. Okay, so for those of you that are in separation, I definitely feel like you are not talking at all at the moment. So, if you're in energy number 2 and you're watching this and you're not communicating, I suggest you come out with the truth. Your other loves you and they will understand and they will forgive you. If you are energy number 1, and you're not on speaking terms, I suggest that you shoot a kind and caring message to your other just to let them know that you're not harboring any hard feelings. It can be as simple as that. And you know what? If you don't want to, if you feel like walking away, then by all means, walk away. That's for you to know whether you've reached that end or not. All right, so I'm going to pull an animal card for energy number 1, and then an animal card for energy number 2. Energy number 1. Energy number 2. This is from the Animal Spirit deck from the Wild Unknown. And Cosmic Egg is a spirit card. Am I missing it? Did I? Oh. Wow, is it like the very... Oh, wow. Check that out. 7th chakra, Sahasrara, right? 7th chakra. Could your Kundalini possibly be rising right now? Energy number 1. I feel like that is exactly what's going on for you. So let's go ahead and read. It says, completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. The cosmic egg is the final card in the journey of the animal spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. This state emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace, we experience self-realization. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arises within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the cosmic egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we will never get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Does that sound like you, energy number 1? I kind of feel like it does. Even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or flash of interconnectedness, its potent energy stays with us. This cosmic egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. We hold on to life, and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it does not end. The cosmic egg and the 7th chakra. The subtle essence of the cosmic egg resides at the crown chakra, at the top of the head, called Sahasrara. One of the aims of yoga and meditation practice is to channel energy from the base of the spine upward toward Sahasrara. Each of the 6 lower chakras plays an important role along this journey, and once the final epic center of consciousness is activated, it is said to radiate the light of a million suns. Beautiful card for you, energy 1. Wow. And then it's interesting, I feel like energy 2. Could you be the Scorpio here? I feel like you are. Just considering the animal card that came out. Oh, well, maybe you're not. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know why I feel like this is the Scorpio, but... Aggression, rigid thinking, following orders. Fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances, rather than those that counter them. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. How can you break free from the drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. When in balance, thoughtful, disciplined. When out of balance, argues, excess heat, gossips. To bring into balance, solo time, walks at night. Interesante. I guess, yeah, these don't have that, but cool. Very cool. All right, one last card, and that is from the Moonology Oracle deck by Yasmin Boland. And this is just to kind of wrap up everything that we've seen here, giving us a little bit more clarity on the situation and a little bit of advice, some affirmations, a little bit of knowledge, just to kind of like I said, pull everything together. So give me a card for Scorpio and the situation between their other. Emotions are running high. Yeah, you see, 100%. Like, y'all need to get out of your emotions. You know, emotions originate in our mind. So, like I said, because you're feeling the emotions in your mind, they are just like soaking up all the goodness of your heart. Get out of your head and let go of that shit, okay? I'm gonna tell you what. Your mind creates the emotion, and then you dump it into your body. So if you can, when you are feeling any sort of low emotion, sorrow, sadness, jealousy, betrayal, abandonment, in that very moment, recognize that you are in your emotions. Cut that thought off and replace it with something positive. Think about the positive of the situation. Think about what maybe positives you got out of the situation, how it made you stronger, how it made you whatever, more aware, more on point, more focused, more determined to go and do you, whatever. There's a good that came out of it. Find it and allow that to constantly replace the bad thoughts that are flooding your mind, so that way we can get out of this place in our heart and into a place of balance. Okay, sorry, I just went on that tangent. Anyways, this card's gonna definitely give us more information. It's a supermoon card. All right. This card suggests that the answer to whatever you're asking is writ large, like the silvery full moon set against the velvety night sky. If you're wondering how successful something is going to be, such as a job or a relationship, the answer is very. To use common parlance, the answer to your question may well be that it's under your nose. Right under your nose, Scorpio. This card is about being larger than life, being special and bursting with energy that you can tune into and work with. You can expect plenty of good things and a positive outcome when this card comes up, but you may find there's a lot of emotion to deal with too. There's also a sense that the opportunities around whatever you're asking about don't come along every day. So take action. Yes, take action. Success is close. I must trust. This is the attuned to the moon. Additional meanings to this card. A resolution to your question is closer than you may think. Don't ignore the obvious. Something exciting lies ahead. Make sure you don't blow events out of proportion. Like I said, making mountains out of molehills. Speak to Goddess. Ask her for assistance. The teaching of this card. A supermoon is a new or full moon that takes place when the moon is at its closest point of the earth during its monthly orbit, an event known as perigee. It is, if it's a full moon, the moon appears around 14% bigger at this time. The moon is known as the Queen of Emotions. Queen of Emotions, energy number 2. This was your card. And if you draw this supermoon card, regardless of when you do this, you can expect your feelings to be more highly charged. Yeah, that's why these feelings right now are super intensified. 111 is a card of a number of manifestation. I suggest y'all manifest what it is that you want, which is obviously to be triumphant, in balance, and in love. So, Scorpio, that was your reading for now. I'm not putting in a timestamp on it because when you receive it is when it is meant for you. So this is just a general reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars, and hopefully it resonated with you. Please like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let me know if it did resonate with you. Let me know if there's any questions you would like. If you would like to go into it a little bit deeper and you want to do a personal reading, also you can let me know in the comments below, and we'll contact each other and make that happen. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know how you also feel about this new spread. I got myself a tripod and figured that I would do this spread. Let me know if you like this, being able to see the cards. I want to hear your feedback. Like always, love and light. Namaste. Thank you so much for watching.